Okay, we are live. And there is a huge thunderstorm happening outside my window here in Sedona, Arizona. Just in time. Welcome to today's Astrology Mojo Facebook Live event. We're going to be talking about karmic clarity and questions from you. So let me just get this organized on my page. A lot of things to look at. Thank you for stopping by. And let me know that you're here. Put your name in. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. Okay. I'm ready to take your questions here today, folks. I hope you're happy and excited. Hi, Tony. Hi from Iowa. Yay. In the next 30 minutes or so, I will be taking your karmic clarity questions. How can I help you? A little bit of housekeeping that I will repeat again. And if I happen to get cut off because of the storm, I will jump back on as soon as I am able, as soon as the power comes back. But let's hope that, all is copacetic. If you want to hear this event, please raise your volume. And also, please remember that during the live Q&A, I am happy to take your questions. What I do need from you is your full name, first, middle, and last, and your birth information, your birth date, the month and the day, and your question. So those three things would go together very nicely and help me. Now, if you're a guy and you're a junior or a senior, I need to know that too, so I don't read the wrong person. Okay, this forum is to help you. I want to help you feel better and get your mojo back. So how can we do that? Well, you ask a question. I do what I can through astrology, intuition, numerology. I have my notes ready to be taken. Got my pen and my paper right here. Got some crystals all around me and a beautiful storm happening outside. Now, oh, by the way, if you're on a phone, it was brought to my attention that some people who are on a telephone, I don't mean like the old, black and white movie telephone. If you're on your phone and you cannot see the book now button, then keep scrolling. Keep scrolling until you do. It's a blue button. It says book now if you'd like to book a private session. And hi to Bonietta, where do I send the date of birth and name? Right here. Right here in the comment section. Thank you for asking. If you'd like to ask a question, then please give me your full name and your birth month and day and your question right here in the chat comment section below this video, only during the live stream. Today is August 13th. And it is just after 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to be taking your questions for the next 30 minutes. So however I can help you get your mojo back and to feel really great and look at some karmic information. By the way, some people have this idea that karma is, it's just a quick reminder, two things actually. Karma is not good or bad. Karma is a harmonizing of energy. What you put out, you get back. And oh yeah, full name. Did I say full name? Okay, so I want to make sure that my husband, he's my offstage producer. He just came in with a note. If you would like me to answer your question or to help you with something, please give me your birth date, month, and day, and also your full name, first, middle, and last. And if you are a man, I need to know if you're a junior or a senior. We do have a question. I'll get right to you in a second. I was just talking about karma. It's not good or bad. It's what you put out into the world. And so the energy is always looking for completion and for harmony. So if you have the same recurring thing over and over and over again, we look at that in metaphysics, or the arcane arts, as we call them, through astrology, numerology, intuition, clairvoyance, empathy, through energetic work, through looking at your patterns and retooling your neurons so that you start emitting a different frequency. That's what we want to do. That's how I want to help you. Okay, so we do have our first question. Oh, by the way, hey, I see Samuel Thompson is here. First question. It makes me think of the movie Polar Express. Anybody like that movie? We love that movie here in this house, and we always all scream it out at the same time. The first gift of Christmas. Well, my daughter, our daughter, Aaliyah, who is in college now, second year of college in Oregon for illustration and visual design, actually made a piece of digital art for me. She painted, like she drew this and made this, and it's my first gift of Christmas, if you know the movie. And look at that. Oh, wait, let me get that straight. Can you see that? Oopsie, wrong way. Too many shadows and highlights. It's my own Christmas bell. It's so magical, and I love it. Okay, so we have a question from Bonietta. Melody is, okay, so Bonietta Melody Craft. And that is August 10th. So give me just a second. August 10th. Oh, happy birthday, by the way. And you're an eclipse baby. So for this year, anyway. So that's 8, 9. So that's a 2-year you're in. And what is your question, Bonietta? What is your question? I just have your... I'm not seeing it. So folks, if you're just joining us, what I need from you is, alongside your question, for me, I need your birthday, your month, and your day. And I also need your question and your full name, your first, middle, and last, because then I will read the full energy. So you're welcome, but I need the question. Okay, I'm going to move on to another question before I get to you. And then, so Elaine, hi, Elaine, 9955, is any of this true? I don't know what 9955 means. Hi, Carol. Okay. I will be able to deal with it all. My finances coming on is not blocked. Bad karma, as I've been told. Thank you. 9955, as in September 9th, 1955. I want to make sure that's true before I start reading you. All right. So if you're just joining us, I just want to be clear on how this works. I need your birth information, but please make it clear for me so that I don't have to do a whole lot of work in reading your birth information. So your month and your day, and I don't need the year, and your question plus your first, middle, and last name. That would really help me. Okay. So, Bonietta, what does the future have in store for a love relationship this year? Okay, thank you for the question. And that's August 10th. So that's, doing a little adding now, little numerology, 8, 9. And plus, you're in the energy of the solar eclipse in Leo. If you didn't hear that live streaming event, go back to my Facebook page and listen to that as well for the solar eclipse in Leo. Now, you're in what's called, in numerology, you're in what's called a 2-year. That's 2. And 2-year has to do with relationship. No surprise that you're asking this question. And the feeling is that you give way too much. And then your expectations are sadly, anytime we have expectations, we're always disappointed. And so I'm just going to be organizing some cards on my desk as well. I have energy cards that they are not really for sale anywhere. They're called universal cards. And these are what I've been using for years. So a love relationship for this year. You know what's really important for everyone to understand about having a really healthy relationship? You need to have standards, right? But not be so particular that you push people away. But at the same time, what I'm looking at in your energy right now in this 2-year is learning how to use empathy to your advantage. And being born in August, you're very sensitive anyway, but you're very demanding. And so you want to look at that and see, well, you might think, well, how am I demanding? It's, things are done a certain way, or I want to be able to, have the person give to me. So that would require that you communicate with open compassion and that you then listen to what's coming back your way. So in order to have a really great empathetic year in a 2-year, which represents, and I just had this conversation today with a client on the phone this morning. Okay. In numerology, if you look at the number 2 year, not as the number 2 that we draw out, but as in Roman numeral, okay, there's 2. Here they are. I'm going to use my Harry Potter wand to demonstrate. If I can get it. Okay. We have 2 things here, right? There's 2. And your job in a 2 year is to see that there's one side and there's the other side, but what's in the middle? And the middle part is for you to walk through. It's like walking through a gateway. And in this gateway, you want to be able to have flow and equality. So wherever you feel is the key word in a 2 year because it's about empathy. Whenever you feel, I didn't get my needs met, or, oh, I never get what I want, the not enoughs, and harken back to the last Facebook Live I did on this subject. It's important that in this year you meditate often before you go out, before you meet someone, before you start talking. Love relationship comes from the inside first, right? You got to love yourself first. It doesn't come from the outside. You can meet people, have one-nighters, have a couple of months with someone, but if you're not getting your needs met and you're asking, how can I help this to happen? Well, I'm going to say that when we pull the polarity together, your extremes, and you come down to the center of it, what is the one reason you would not allow a relationship in your life? Oh, I hear the ding, 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 ding. Oh, here's why. This and because of what you have. Well, when we stop putting old crap on a new situation, that's when we start to move forward. So I want you to take that just for now and think about this information. Hi, Carol. And I want you to think about also what it feels like when you don't get your needs met, when you feel down. Our job, folks, is to go from negative to neutral to positive. And so in order to do that successfully, you need to feel your feelings. The light outside and the light in my office suddenly got so dim that I feel like I'm in a horror movie. I'm all lit down here, but I'm really not. I'm not horror. I'm not terror. I'm not going to say anything scary. So I hope that helps you. Love relationship means start loving yourself more. Give yourself what you need instead of expecting it from the outside world, but not in such a hard way like, I'm just going to do it myself. No, it's you need something, pay attention. The more you pay attention to you, and this is across the board for anyone, the more you pay attention to your own needs, then suddenly the outside world recognizes you. Ta-da, it's like magic. Okay, so Elaine, we're back to you. And I'm thinking that it says September 9th, 1955. Okay, so that's a 9. Anytime you add emphatic addition in numerology, it's called phatic addition, F-A-D-I-C. Anything you add to a 9 turns out to be the same number. So you're in what's called a 2 year as well. So this relationship stuff, I will be able to deal with all my finances with a gift that's coming in. Great. It is not blocked by bad karma, as I have been told. Okay, if you have been told that you have bad karma, then welcome to the planet Earth. Let me get you a glass of champagne. Everybody here has something going on, okay? Karma is not good or bad. Let me remind those of you who just joined us, karma is not good or bad. Karma is merely a harmonizing of energy. What you put out, you get back. And if you think about it, you're not always putting out conscious intention, right? You put out fear, you put out stop signs, you put out arrogance, you put out all this stuff that doesn't have to do with the truth. All right? So we don't have bad karma. People think, I cheated somebody 1,000 years ago in some place, with no water, and now they're coming back at me. All right. Sometimes I can go on a rant about psychics who give information or energy workers who give information without giving steps and tools to help you really work out what's going on. Okay. I want you to think about this, Elaine. After we're done here and you have time to yourself, I want you to close your eyes and do it. And this is great for everyone, okay? I want you to close your eyes and really think about being present And when you do, inhale, exhale, let go of your thoughts. Escort them to a door in your mind and come back to the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe naturally and calmly, and you come back to yourself and start to tell yourself that you are an extension of the light and you exist here, now, everywhere. And that stream of power starts to filter into every cell in your being, and then you remember who you are. You are pure conscious love. And if you have bad karma, think about the people in the positions of power and the things that they can do, or are not doing that they need to be doing. Everyone is in a position of power. There's no real such thing as good or bad. No, we don't want to get into a car accident or have a disease or see our loved ones suffer. That doesn't feel good, okay? And we use the words good and bad. But what's happening really is we're learning how to come back to who we are, which is pure conscious love. And when you come back to this place and you see, the traumas go up and down and in and out, when you see all that stuff happen, you start to realize that there's always going to be stuff. There's always going to be stuff. But if you can come back to center, give yourself a few minutes a day and breathe, and you're going to use that gift that's been coming back to you, and you're going to be smart about it, right? You're going to be wise about it. You're going to do something that not only helps you now, but you look to the future. Because you're a Virgo and you're a 9/9 Virgo, then you're very specific and detailed about what you want to get done and to move out of poverty consciousness and to move out of that victimization in your mind, right? That's something that we really have to do. I want to just mention to folks, and I hope that helps you. So I want to just mention to folks that that if you are just joining us, and I'm looking out the window in case we have a power outage in a lightning storm, that if you are just joining us, we are looking at karmic clarity, and I'll be taking your questions today, hoping to help you. So if you have a question, please give me your full name, that's first, middle, and last, alongside your birth month and day, and your question, of course. So I would like to also ask for some folks to realize that this is a live broadcast on August 13th, Monday, August 13th. So I will not be answering any questions outside of this live broadcast. So please avoid emailing me or IMing me with wanting free questions or on the replay, because I don't check back to those kinds of questions. To book a reading with me, please look for the Book Now button up above. It's a blue button, and if you are on your phone listening to this, you may not see it, so you will have to scroll. I think that's the international symbol now for scrolling. Okay, so quick reminder to folks regarding astrology that the planets don't make you do anything. We live in a cooperation with our cosmos. When the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, the planets reflect that in the stars and in the heavens and in your body, and you feel it. It's a cooperation. This is a cosmic cooperation. So let's see. Oh, by the way, tonight, if you have clear skies, I don't know if we will, my husband and I were going to lie outside on our daughter's trampoline to see the Perseids. I believe it's 1 a minute will be shooting through the sky in the northeast direction, or coming from the northeast direction. So if you have a chance and you can do that, it would be awesome to see. We saw that when we moved here 17 years ago. We were laying outside on lawn chairs in the back, and we live in a dark community, which means our lights go out at 10 p.m. There are street lights on the main road, but there are no porch lights allowed on, so that when we look up, we see the constellation. We see all the stars. We see Mars out there. You can see Mars if you're up early in the morning. You can see Mars at 4 a.m. And this is the closest. It is 35.8 million miles away from Earth, and it is the closest it will be for the next 60,000 years. So this is the time to catch a glimpse at Mars, folks. Okay, if you've got a question, I'm going to take a sip of my vitamin drink. If you have a question, please post it alongside your full name, first, middle, and last, and also your birth date, your month, and your day. And, Tony. Hi, Tony. Tony Renee. Okay, thank you. Date of birth, 2/27. Let me see now. Okay, you're in a 6 year. And I just gave Tony a reading not too long ago. I hope that was a great experience for you. 6 year. And I'm also going to pull a card for you. What is the question? Okay. So it feels like your body wants to go arthritic. I would highly, because the question is, when weather fronts come from north to south, what makes your body ache? Now, it's not always a done deal that your body gets arthritis, because, as I must make this disclaimer, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on Facebook. But typically, when a person is very sensitive, especially to weather, first thing I look at is diet. If there's a lot of acidic foods in your diet, that's something you'll need to check out. And that means tomatoes especially, or citrus, except for lemons, which become alkaline in the body. So when a front comes in, I could feel it in my knees and my lower back. And that includes snow or aches in my pelvis area. So when that happens, it doesn't mean you're arthritic. It just means you have some inflammation. So I want you to examine what kinds of foods. I like to start with foods first, because we can always clean up our biology with the right foods and taking the proper amino acids and things like that can really help to shrink, removing grains from the diet and sugar. That really helps to shrink the inflammation. So your body is naturally extra sensitive. You are a Pisces. And when you think of the times that the storm fronts are moving in, I want you to look at the 2 days before. What were you eating? And if you start to see the pattern and the correlation, great. If you're cleaning up your diet, terrific. And then the next thing is that we are sentient beings, folks. We feel everything, whether you realize it or not. Someone in some other country, gets angry, you feel the ripple. Okay? So you're also feeling the world. Now, to help yourself not to feel the world so much, especially in a 6 year, because you're going to be more tuned to community and to service, I think it's great that if you make a daily habit or a ritual of helping yourself to get quiet time without looking into what are they doing? What can I do for them? What else is going on? What needs to be done? So to slow it down a little bit and to help yourself to get calm and focused. Just remember that meditation is so simple. Inhale, exhale, and bring your thought and awareness back to the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in and out. It's that simple. And when the thoughts come and go, you just escort them to a door in your mind and, bid them adieu. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a general card right now for the group and everyone who's listening. If anybody has a question, please feel free. Ask your question. Give me your full name and your birth information. I don't need the year, just the month and the day. And and your full name as in first, middle, last. Or should I do it this way? First, middle, last. And so I'm happy to answer your question and help you get your mojo back. To book a private 30-minute karmic clarity reading with me, click on the blue button up ahead. Now, if you're on your phone, you may need to scroll to see that button. I've already posted a link on my Facebook page, and you can click on that. I'm only going to be taking a small amount of readings this week. I'll be back on Wednesday, folks. And on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, I will be talking about Saturn, and not only Saturn, but Saturn as a karmic planet. This is a karmic time right now, so I'm going to be talking about on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, Saturn not just Saturn and what it represents for you, but also Saturn retrograde. And then on Friday, I'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific, and I'll be talking about the next karmic planet. There are 2 main karmic planets, and then the moon I'll be talking about next week as well when it deals with karma. Okay, so if you've got a question, please post it. I'm here to help you. Karmic Clarity Q&A. Here we go. Let's see. I'm looking at my notes. You know, a little bit of Astrology 101 basics, that your sun sign is your theme, the theme for your life. Your rising sign represents who you project to the world, and your rising sign is gotten from your birth information, your birth location, that's longitude and latitude, that's city and state and country, and the exact time of birth. And so when a person, let's say, for example, you're a Gemini, sun sign, the theme is that you like to think, you like to talk, you like to travel. There's a basic theme. But the rising sign could be Pisces, or the rising sign could be Taurus. And so the Taurus part is what literally generates and rules your entire chart. That's a big part of what's going on. Oh, my husband just came in to say that I needed to scroll to find the questions. I'm so sorry. I didn't see them. Okay. Here. Okay. So yes, Samuel asked, do we post questions? Yes, right here. You post the questions right here, ladies and gentlemen, and those of a non-designated gender. Post them right here. Your first, middle, and last name, and your birthday as in month and day. I don't need the year. And your question. Okay, Carol says, yes, do we post here? So, yes, Samuel, you do post here. No private messaging, please, because private messages are meant for, private readings are meant for, okay, that came out backwards. I'm starting to get a little spacey. So, the messaging right now is, if you have a question, post everything in the comment section below. Your birthday, month, and day, your full name, first, middle, last, and your question. And if someone wants a private reading, then you can book on the Book Now button up at the top of the page. And if you're on a phone, scroll till you see that blue button. I also posted a link on my page for the Karmic Clarity Q&A section. Up above, you can see that there's a link to book a reading with me. Okay, so Carol says 326. I apologize for not scrolling. 326. Okay, you're in a 422 year, and I'm glad you made it too. Lots of happening in your life, lots of changes. Okay, great questions. Great question. Do I see your financial and love relationship expanding within the near future so you can move in a positive direction? In a 4-year, it's about work, my dear. And if you're ready to work on yourself, and not so much, yes, work at a job to create the finances, but in a work year, we can break down the number 4 for if you are a numerology enthusiast, to break down a number 4 year. It's really important to look at the 22. When you break down a 4, it becomes a 22, and that's about problem solving through the efforts of others. That's delegating. That's not you doing all the work. All right. So if you're doing all the work, then it's going to get tiring, and you're going to, it's like when you slump at the end of the day and say, oh, I'm done. This is so tired. I can't do anymore. So in this 4 year, it's important that you work with your partner on the type of relationship you'd like to have. If there is an issue in the relationship and it's not being solved, that's when you ask for help. That's when you go to a counselor. That's when you bring in a third party so that someone can look at the behaviors between the two of you. I also do couples readings for those of you who are interested. But the thing is, too, with the finances, and I know because Carol is a client of mine, and I have given her readings, and she was in my membership site. And I remember saying to Carol, who is an Aries and a Sag rising, that the hardest part about you is not letting other people help you. So you can't do it all on your own. And when you join groups, or when you join for financial reasons, and when you join a coaching club or any kind of mentorship, it's important that when somebody gives you exercises to do, that you do them, because the changes won't happen. People ask me, oh, what do you see? And, will my boyfriend come back? And will this happen? And will I make a lot of money? Well, do you want that to happen? If you do, then there are steps that you can take. I had a reading the other day with a gal who wanted me to read her boyfriend. And I said, well, I can only go so far, because, energetically, it's like walking into someone's house and saying, I'm here, without knocking on the door, without being invited. So I said, it's not so much about your boyfriend, it's about you and your trust issues. So let's work on that. So Carol, I think it's really important that in this 4-year, you work toward the future with a group, with a mentor, with your boyfriend, with someone who can also come in and help you to solve some of these problems. And if you look at the recurring problems, write them down on a piece of paper, then you can see, okay, this is what I keep circling the drain over, this in finances. This is what my boyfriend and I keep, going back over the same conversation. So when you want to stop that, you have to step back and say, what can I do differently? And if you can't come up with the answer, that's when you need to bring in help. Okay, I hope that's helped you. Samuel Thompson, question. Samuel Alex Thompson, a Libra, and you're also a 9/9. You're a 9/27. So, okay, yet another 2-year person. So you're working on empathy. And, it says to see more for the question. In the midst of a career shift, finding I've been released from a job that not only is my work valid, but that I'm a valued person. Do I take a leap of faith, or do I continue to slowly organize and smoothly embracing what is in front of me? Okay, spoken and questioned like a true Libran. Okay, so in order to be valued as a person, what do we need to do first? Recognize self. What helps you to feel valued? And I don't mean they do. Good job, Sam. Good job, Samuel. Okay, that's great. We all need validation from the outside world. But if we are, and there's a lot of twos here today, so if we are experiencing a rift, a gap between us and them, between being recognized and taking charge so that we can recognize ourselves, it's important that the gap, the bridge that you need to create right now in this 2-year is knowing when you feel something. When you feel something less than neutral, if it's positive, neutral to positive, fantastic. But if you feel something that's less than neutral and it's in the negative zone, you have to acknowledge for yourself what that is and not make it about them. Because the people who show up in your life, not just you, Samuel, but if anyone has difficulty with the same kind of person, the same lack of recognition, if somebody shows up in your life, they are there as a symbol. They represent a part of you. So do you like what you see? If they're not recognizing you, you push them aside in a kind way and look in the mirror. And you ask yourself, when do I not recognize myself? And I had this reading today with a client. And the whole issue was the sense of abandonment that she experienced as a child. And what did that result in? When she pursues a relationship with certain people, they literally abandon her. They don't return phone calls. She'll set up a party for them. They cancel at the last minute. No dinner parties. So the focus, I said, was to turn it away from those people and look at, when do you not recognize yourself? When do you abandon yourself? When you need to sleep and you don't? When you say yes to someone and you'd rather say no? When, as my client said today, when the house is empty and I want to revel in quiet time, instead, I fill it with people. I fill the space with people so I can take care of them or be with them as a distraction. So Samuel, you want to ask yourself the same question. When do you distract yourself? from what you need. And so the job can be created in here and in here. Okay? The job is, I am great at this, and now I'm ready to have someone witness and validate this greatness by hiring me. Great. So you do what you can. You take whatever steps that you can. This is part of karma and karmic clarity. If you're just joining us, folks, karma is not good or bad. It's enacting energy in the world. In fact, here's something that I wrote so I could remember because I thought it was kind of funny. Karma is the action or the inaction, is the action you take or the inaction while being who you are. Dharma is the path on which you take that action. And then pharma are the drugs and the meds that you need because you're avoiding your karma. So you heard it here first, folks, okay? We don't want to go there, not at all. What you want to do is think about, how can I create my life from the inside out? Okay, it's important that we realize we live in a practical world. We have to pay the bills. We need to be responsible. There's a word. Responsible doesn't mean, because you know you're responsible. If you're asking these kinds of questions, you're responsible, right? You're not lying on the couch, smoking dope, and watching Judge Judy all day, right? You're out there, you're doing something of value, you're putting something into the world, and you'd like to be validated and compensated. Everyone would like to be validated and compensated. So half of that picture is, what is the action you're going to take? Karmic clarity is all about the action you are going to take with conscious intention. If you come from a place of, it's never going to happen, or every time I do this, it never works, okay, you need to smooth that out a little bit and come back to, I am ready to change my thinking and take an action that will put me in a positive place. Who can I call for help? Can I ask for help? If it's normally something you wouldn't do, then I say, go, before I push you over the edge and say, yes, do it now. I don't want to push you off a ledge. Okay, I hope that helps you, because, what's in front of you, and if you're, you're a Libran, right? So what's in front of you is the ability to create a bridge, to create harmony. And the way you want to do that is through music, through the sound of your voice, through acknowledging other people, their feelings, empathy, right? That's empathy. And then creating it from the inside out is also saying to yourself, you don't have to say, I deserve this, man. I deserve this sandwich. I'm so hungry. I worked hard all day. I want this pizza. I deserve it. You deserve because you exist, all right? So let's get that out of the way and go for this job, Samuel, in a way that is, I'm going to create it from the inside out. I'm going to be who I am, true to who I am. I'm not going to ignore myself. When I have a need, I'm going to pay attention. So the more you pay attention to you, everybody, the more they pay attention to you. And the ones who are meant to be in your life, they will be. Okay, what's our next question? Oh, Tony says, loved my reading, and everyone book an appointment. I don't eat tomatoes, but the amino acids make sense. Okay, great. So I hope that helps you, because you will feel that. And it's also important to realize there are two kinds of tea that you want to research and experiment for yourself. And one is Roman chamomile tea, Tony, and the other one is kava, stress relief kava tea. Before a storm is coming, muscle test if you know how to do that, or have someone do it for you, and check with, or if you know how to do pendulum swing. Where's my little buddy? I've had this for almost 30 years, and I pendulum swing. And I might even do a little Facebook Live on pendulum swing if people want to learn how. So check out the Stress Relief Kava Tea. I believe it's a Yogi Tea brand. Okay. Oh, and thank you. I'm so glad that you loved your reading. And yes, folks, to book a reading with me, look on my Facebook page. You'll see the Book Now button. It's the blue button. And I am offering the special Karmic Clarity reading this week. And and you can book now, but you can schedule later. If you want to schedule in October or November, you can do that too. But book now, and then you can schedule at your convenience through my Calendly session. And what we're going to look at in your chart during this reading is, in the Karmic Clarity reading, is where Saturn is, and where Neptune is, and your moon, and of course what Pluto is doing. And those planetary influences tell me what the blind side is, what you're refusing to look at with your karma. And of course, the numbers in your birthday and in your name also show me the key to your entire life, what makes your life easier, and the karma that you're here to work on. Remember, it's about smoothing out the wrinkles, folks. It's not run and hide. Okay. We have, so thank you, Tony, for that. And Samuel, I hope that helps you. So Trisha, Chitwood Peacock, Patricia Lauren Peacock, thank you, 124. Am I on the right track as far as my business goes? I feel like I am in a slump and doubting if all is worth it. Okay, great question, and thank you for being so concise. Folks, if you want to ask a question, please give me your full name, first, middle, and last, and also your birthday, month, and day, and your question. Just be specific about the question. Okay, and then I will scroll down because my husband keeps coming in with pieces of paper, large print. Scroll, questions. Okay, oh my gosh, there are questions. Okay, well, I'm here for you. I'm here for you right now. All right, so Trisha, Patricia Lauren Peacock, Aquarian. Oh, honey, okay, you're in a 9-year, and a 9 years, you want to put your pajamas on right about now, right? And so if you are questioning this business, you already know the answer, don't you? Yes, you do. You know the answer. The things that exhaust you, you could have a topic in life and say, oh, I'm an artist and I really want to do this thing, or I'm a hairdresser and I want to do this thing. But where you're doing it, with whom you're doing it, under the conditions you're doing it, may not be right for you. So check to see that all the parameters in your business are how you want to do it. This is a time, remember, folks, we talked about all the retrogrades and the 3 solar eclipses and the 5 retrogrades. It is about going in, constantly reworking, retooling, questioning, how is this going to work for me? Okay? So, Trisha, you are on the right track with what you do. It's just not where and with whom and how. So you want to find out in your business and in your industry, the best way for you to advance yourself without becoming exhausted, because I'm just tired reading your name. And Patricia is, you call yourself Trisha, and Trisha is just everybody's best friend. No boundaries. But Patricia has boundaries. So every once in a while, I want you to use your name Patricia when you introduce yourself in a networking situation or a business situation. You can say, hi, my name is Patricia. You can call me Trisha later on, once you get to know them. But Patricia is the one who has boundaries. The energy of a name, folks, counts. It's who you are. It's everything about us tells a story. So what story do you want to tell about your business? So I would look at the next 3 months. You are in a slump. Your body's tired. You need to recharge. You need a break. So I want you to think about how you can do it differently. What's a different way you can approach your business? Okay, I hope that helps you. In a 9-year, by the way, folks, I just came out of one, and for anyone experiencing a 9-year, sometimes it has to do with endings. Most times it deals with endings. Sometimes it has to do with the death in the family, and that always helps you to reprioritize, because then you look at your own mortality. But if you're not looking at a death in your family, or someone's getting older and you have to, take care of them, I want you to look at what you can do to end things that no longer serve you. Clean out your closets, move energy. Clean out the kitchen drawers, move energy. And every time you move energy, you're going to feel it swirl. Take a break. In a 9-year, always take a break every 20 minutes. One 9-year, I was doing 2 radio shows, one on AM radio and another on the internet. And by it was right before Thanksgiving in a 9-year. That's it. I was in my pajamas looking at my husband going, all right, this is it. This is my last radio show. I'm so tired. Okay. So Trisha, just reframe, refocus, and use Patricia. I hope that helps you. Karen, is it Karen or Karen? I'm not certain. May 18th. So that's a 5/18. You're in a 7-year, my dear, very similar to a 9-year. And your question revolves around career changes that tap into creativity, my non-existent love life, and family health and well-being. Okay, all that in one question. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so Karen, let's focus. You're a wonderful teacher. You're so amazing at teaching. You have zero boundaries, my dear, and you need to set those boundaries. And that means a boundary means it's not okay. You tell someone no. You tell someone no. Did you hear? I don't know if you heard me. You tell someone no. And no doesn't mean I hate you, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're fat, you're crazy. No means no thank you. So when energies come into your life, people, opportunities, business, you want to tap into your creativity? Great. You set a boundary, watch your creativity flare. I mean, like it's going to explode. So I want to see you get into a program. Every day you set your own program where you experience different versions of creativity. Now, it can be writing, painting, singing, dancing. Every day do something different. And we're not looking at making money at it right away. And maybe you are, get to the gallery at some point or get on stage and sing or talk or speak or write your book. But the thing is, the creative expression itself is you're in power when you do that, right? It's your power. No one can take that from you. So that you need more creative expression, it means it's going to work in the opposite way. You tap into your creativity, and that's going to help you flourish in career and to make health much better first. And then love life will come with boundaries. Big crayon, you draw the line. You go, no, that's not okay. And thinking, too, that in the 7-year, we have to go inward. We go out to the world pushes us back. And so a 7 year is all about researching who you are, what you want, and tuning into spiritual energies. All right? Tuning in to your spiritual energies. And that means expressing yourself, right? You want to write a poem. You want to sing a song, go to karaoke, dance naked in your living room, join a Zumba class. All these things that get the energy moving and the ideas flowing. That's going to be for you. And you're welcome. So folks, to book a reading for a private session where I really go deep with karmic clarity, and I'm going to be looking at Saturn, Pluto, and Neptune, Saturn and Neptune being the two karmic planets in anyone's chart in astrology, and how that differs from the eclipse readings is that I'm looking at the basic structure that you set up before you even came here. That's what goes into a chart. When I thought I had a chart I wanted to show you one. I will on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific to talk about Saturn and how it represents karma in your life. Saturn is the big stop sign in your life. So wherever it is in your chart, it tells me what stopped you in the past karmic lives and what stops you now from moving forward and how you can alter that energy and make a solid structure. Karma is about creating a structure in your life. I'm just going to move my microphone. Creating a structure in your life that through discipline, through sometimes piety, through spiritual practices, through thoughtfulness, slow and steady, and you get to the top of the mountain, and suddenly you're there and say, oh, I made it. Wow. So that's what I'm going to look at in the charts, and Neptune as well as the ideal vision. Okay, so Karen, I hope that helped you. Diane is, okay, that's a pretty broad question. What now? It would help me to be a little more specific, or else I spend more time scanning your energy, and I cannot be as specific. But you are a Leo, and you are in the midst of an eclipse. 3 eclipses, but 2 that affect you really big time, unless you're a Cancer rising. And that would be the 3rd eclipse. So August 13th, happy birthday, by the way. Everybody, say happy birthday to Diane. Happy birthday to you. Hey, thanks for spending your birthday here. I wish I had... well, here, okay. A toast to you. Sometimes I look at numbers and I have no idea that it's today. Okay. So that's 8/13. You're in a 5-year. Okay, that's fun. 5 years are fun. You want to have fun. And that's what's now. Fun. So the Leo eclipse is on you. You can listen to my previous Facebook live stream. It's on my page, my Facebook page. And the Leo energy is all about generosity and being big and being validated, even if you're shy. You want to get out into the world and say, hey, folks, look at me. Gotta stop sobbing. Oh, stop sobbing. You know, that deep wounded part of you says, I'm ready to play. I'm tired of working so hard. I'm tired of sobbing. I asked my husband, that song keeps playing in my head over and over and over. I know it's the Pretenders, but what's her name? I must be having senior moments. I'm 58 and it's too soon. I'm not ready for these senior moments. My husband said, it's Chrissy Hines. I was like, oh, that's right. I can remember the lyrics, but not her name. All right, 5 year, you want to sing, you want to dance, you want to go do karaoke, you want to go and find Karen Mayer and take an art class with her and be together and get your juices flowing for how you can not make a thing, you know, not write a book and have it be published, although that's wonderful in a 5 year, but just have the idea. What do you want to do? You want to sit down, put your feet up and binge watch something, you know, that you love. Oh, by the way, we just watched Eliza with an I, Schlesinger on Netflix, the elder millennial one. She's a stand-up comic. She's a brilliant storyteller. And Diane, go treat yourself tonight on Netflix. It's free. And watch Eliza Schlesinger, elder millennial, and you will crack up. Okay. So what now? It's fun. It's fun because a 5 in numerology, I'm going to put this number in front of you. So you'll see. No? Where's the thing? There it is. See the 5? Okay, a 5 sits on a rocker. A 5 goes back, it goes forward, it goes back. And what it does is it wants to know, what did I used to do? What do I want to do now? What did I used to do? What did I want to do now? And so when you're looking at the what now question, which is, of course, I'm not surprised now that you asked that question. You have to start with who you are and what might be missing. What's missing? Are you denying yourself fun, pleasure? And stop thinking you need, you know, a partner or more to have pleasure. Yeah, you know, this is an adult world we're living in. You were born in 1962. Any disclaimers to anyone under the age of 18? I'm not responsible for what you're listening to, but I am really. So, you know, have fun. Be happy. Go do something that you enjoy. In a 5 year, what happens is as you start to socialize in a 5 year, you start to group and magnetize people to you who say, hey, you want to go on a quick weekend getaway? Blah, blah. It doesn't cost a lot of money. We can go do this thing. And you say, sure. And then you meet somebody and you have fun. And it can or may not be romantic. You just have more fun. And then you stop and ask yourself, when did I stop listening to music? When did that happen? When did I stop watching movies? Why did that happen? And so you start to come back to yourself in fun ways. So that's what's now for you. I hope that helps you. Okay, we've got time for 2 more questions. So I see Megan. Hi, Kathy. It's my cousin. Hi, Kathy. And immensely, helped you immensely. Thank you for the capital letters. That speaks to my Leo moon. And Trisha, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here first of all, folks. I sometimes get too caught up in, I got a reading. I got to look at the thing. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to let you know that I will be here through the month of August. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then Friday, I'll be back at 4 p.m. Pacific. So throughout the month of August, be good to your waitresses, folks. They're the whole show. Monday and Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday, 10 a.m. I took a survey and I asked people, what time would you like to see me? So I'm doing my best to help others so that they can actually be part of this. And so I'll be back and I'll be talking about Saturn, karmic planet, Neptune, karmic planet. Pluto's not so much karmic, but it's not even a planet according to scientists now. But in astrology, as a dwarf star, it packs a punch. Big punch. And so I'm going to be talking about all these things in my private sessions, the Karmic Clarity 30-minute private session with me. Find the blue button on my page and click that. And if you're on the phone, international symbol for scroll. And you can book your button. You can press the button, book your reading, but you don't have to schedule it right away. You can just get it at this great rate, and then you can book through early December. Okay, so I saw, wait a minute. Hi, Vicky. Vicky's here too. Carol, yes, it helped me. Thank you. You're welcome. Ha, spoken a question like a true Libran. Haha. Yes, it was. And, oh, there she is. Megan. Megan Driver. Megan Elizabeth Ray. Okay. 523, we have a Gemini in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini is in the house. So we got 5-5. I'm reading you 5 by 5. You're in a 3-year. Megan, I'm just going to write your name. Megan, you're in a 3-year. And a 3-year is all about communication. So I'm in need of some clarity. Great. So glad you dropped by. I have a huge situation that will occur Monday. This can change my life forever. I need to know this situation is going to pan out in my favor, that I am safe. Will I be able to move forward from this on top? All right, so Monday is the 20th of August. I'm scrambling through a lot of correspondence, Megan. Oh my gosh, you are a true Gemini. Emails, texts, letters, paperwork. Okay, first of all, what you need to know, Megan, is that there is a difference between relief and gratitude. And I want you to start right now, jump on the gratitude wagon, because relief will get you nothing. Relief got you into this situation. Relief like, oh, I got by. Oh, it just happened. Oh, phew, just made it. And so that means you don't trust. Okay? I need you to get quiet every day. Right now, you're in an eclipse energy, 3 eclipses, 5 retrogrades. And because you are a Gemini, the retrograde are the biggest, the Mercury retrograde is the biggest for you. And so I think it's important that you get clear on feeling, not thinking, not future projecting. You're way too much in the future, and that you can't control the future, sweetie. That now is it. Now is the only time there is. So here's what can help you to move things more in your favor. You get clear. Meditate 3 minutes a day. 3 minutes a day, quiet, centered. Your thoughts go, oh my God, and the thing, and the phone call, and the thing, I gotta call, email them. No, shh. You escort those thoughts to a door. You say, bye-bye, I'll see you on Monday. And right now, all you do is focus on the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe naturally, normally, calmly. And I want you to start feeling connected to something. You are so disconnected, and you have a source. And I'm not talking about religion, although religion is a word, Latin word, that means to come back to. So to come back to your source, I'm asking you to meditate. You want to take control of your life? You want power in your life? You want this change to benefit you? Then you still have time to work it in your favor through manifesting. And that means you can't work your will on anyone else. Everybody, please hear that. You cannot work your will on everybody else. This is what sets up karma in the first place. Oh, ta-da. Okay? So I'm pulling a card for you. I want you to get quiet and meditate 3 minutes a day. Minimum. Can you do 5 minutes? I think you can. Come on, you're the little engine that could. I think I can. No, it's I know I am. And what are you? What are you? You're pure conscious love. That's what you are. So if, because of your previous actions, that is karma, have brought you to this place, you're at a juncture, and your clarity now will affect the outcome on Monday. And just, I don't want you to think, oh, I didn't do it right, or it wasn't good enough, or, that's what gets you into a mess, everybody. The pickle jar, So I want you to think that, oh, look at the card I pulled for you. It's so pretty. It's called visualization. Okay, look at that. Visualization. And when we visualize something, we're not going to visualize manipulating the outcome. We're not looking for, oh, just made it. That's relief. We're moving toward gratitude. Okay, so gratitude is, I am, fill in the blank. I am supported. I am, fill in the blank. I am. I am love. I am supported. I am powerful. But power does not mean force. Relief does not equal gratitude. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. There's your mantra, okay? You need that mantra. And breathe and get calm and get into your body and into your feelings, because that is what's going to help you to weather the storm. It's not a very big one. And things will move much more favorably for you. Folks, a 3-year you're in, Megan, and that is all about communication. It's not about talking. Communication is what goes on the inside, in the heart and in the mind, and what you project outward. That's what creates karma, people. Actions. Actions and inaction. Okay. Kathy's here. Hi, Vicki. Well, I just gave Vicki a reading, and I hope it was helpful for you. And she asks, what does it mean when someone has many natal planets in the 12th house, such as the moon, the sun, Venus, and Mars? Okay, great question. And what that means is that you have a very strong focus, the moon being your emotional self, how you feel, sun being the major focus, that's the theme of your life. Venus has to do with finances and also women and beauty, aesthetics, feminine energy. And then Mars is action, it's sex, it's power, it's a lot of motion, a lot of wanting to get ahead. So to have all that in the 12th house deals with your psyche and self-sabotage. And it deals with your ability to work your life from behind the scenes, not always in front of the camera. And I know you're a filmmaker, right? So there was a pun intended. So to have that in anyone's chart, to have all that stuff in a 12th house, it means you got a lot going on behind the scenes and that you're not always out in the public eye. But with Mars and Venus and the moon there, you know, you come from a life. The 12th house is a very karmic place. And so you come from a lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of religious service, of being in religious situations, monasteries, as a nun, a monk, in the islands as a kahuna, Tahuna, I believe it's kahuna. And so that's what so many planets in the 12th house means. The focus is more private. And there's a lot of self-sabotage that goes on in the 12th house. So with the sun there, sometimes you feel like you go crazy. Or you think that your essence, feminine and masculine energy, isn't always projected properly. So people don't know how to take you. If that's what you're talking about. But that's basically what it deals with in the 12th house. Thank you so much, everyone. I froze. Oh no. I'm back, Carol said. I froze and then I was back. Happy birthday, Diane, Samuel says. We have our own community going on, folks, and let's keep it going. Okay. Let's see. We're at the hour mark, and I can take 2 more. I'm going to take 2 more in order. So Rachel says, Dillinger, I am seeing 6 planets perfect, Capricorn. Okay, that's not a real question, but that's cool. And Capricorn energy is a builder, but you got to be nice and kind to yourself. Sabi Kenneth, is my lover here as a twin or to raise my vibration? Will he come back? Okay. If you're from anywhere other than the United States and you give me your birthday, I'm looking at September 27th. September 27th. Okay, so that is the same. Did I not just read? Oh, Vicky says that was the man I was dating. Okay, so that's not an easy person to date if you're dating someone with all that going on in the 12th house, unless you jive and it looks like you have to look at the comparison with someone. But they hide a lot and they have a lot of stuff going on in their head, which you will never know about, which can stop a relationship. So, okay, let me come back to Sabi Kenneth. Is my lover here as a twin or to raise my vibration? Okay, that's a monadic structure question. And a twin soul or a twin flame. Okay, people, there are more than one people. Is that proper English? There's more than one person for every person on this earth. Soulmates are not just one person I wait my entire life and then, life falls away, we meet each other and, everything is perfect and beautiful. No. And I know because I went through that whole experience with monadic structure and understanding what soulmate energy really is. And monadic structure is you have a preference, and there will be certain people who come into your life karmically. Some are meant to wake you up, tap you on the shoulder and say, I'm here just as a reminder, wake you up. And other ones are meant to stay. And so they're all essentially karmic soulmates. But the ones that are the true ones, they kick butt. They, I don't want to use 4-letter words or anything, but you get knocked on your ass and you are faced with yourself and all of your issues, and you have to deal with it. So is that person coming to you on a 927? Okay, so a 927, you're in a 2-year, and that's a relationship year. So I want you to stop looking for the soulmate, if that's what you're doing, and your twin flame. I would like you, because I have had that experience, was with someone who was my twin flame, but we weren't meant to be together. He was already married twice. And I, no matter how many times he came in the picture and I was in the picture, we activated each other's energy. Boom, I opened up wide. We tantric yoga, that was a big part of it. We had huge experiences. And he was a specific sun sign and a specific rising sign and a specific age in a specific field. And once I worked out my stuff with him, he left. And it was great, because the very next person I met was my husband, who was the same sun sign, same rising sign, same field in industry. And so that's how it can work. And for you in this particular year, I would say that you can move your vibration by looking at how you can come together in a 2-year by raising your level of energy. Because if you're blocked in your heart, or your mind says, oh, I have to be with this person, and this person is toxic, that's not a soulmate relationship. That's not a twin flame relationship. What it is your inability to love yourself. So that's where you need to go in a 2-year. And then once you do, and there's a hummingbird right outside my window for you, Sabi. So that is so magical, and helping you to see that you're ready. You're ready to go to this wonderful place in a relationship, but it may not be with the person forever. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, I'm going to take one more. I don't understand. You can always come back. I'll be back on Wednesday at 10 a.m. talking about Saturn and karma. And then I'll be back Friday at 4 p.m. also talking about karma through Neptune. And to book a reading with me, a private 30-minute karmic clarity session, just click the book now button. And if you're on a phone, scroll till you see the blue button. And I also put a link on my page so you can do that. I'm only taking about 10 folks. You can buy it now. You can click the button now, but you can schedule at a later date. So get on that before they're gone, because they do fill up. Okay, I'm not sure how to answer this question, Rachel or Jamie, because you did not give me your birth information. So Amanda Rose Powers, 8/28. So that is, your birthday's coming up. We're in an eight month. Wow, okay, so happy birthday when it does. So, okay, you too are in a 2-year, my dear. And so a 2-year, what's the question? What do you do when you are being contacted by spirits and you can't control what you are seeing through dreams, visions, out of body, experience time travel, and deja vu? I need to control it and don't know how. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is check your thyroid. Because if you have a thyroid issue, what happens is you start to hear voices and you open up the channel to unwanted energies. Even if they're just kind of roaming around and you happen to tune into their frequency, you can't stop hearing. And I know because this happened to me. So what happens is when a person is overwrought, especially a woman, overwrought, overworked. Hang on, I'm dry. Overwrought, overworked, so much going on, and they're naturally, you are a Virgo, okay? And they're naturally in tune. It throws them off kilter. And then if their body isn't up to speed hormonally, And this happened to me right before I was pregnant and right after I had my baby. I could not stop. The visions and the people were visiting me all day, all night. I had a shaman come to my house, worked on me for 4 hours. We put salt around the bedroom. I was seeing all these people who were beckoning me to come with them spiritually. I mean, it was a nightmare. So I didn't realize that after I had given birth, I was so out of it. My adrenals were shot and my thyroid was completely blown out. And the thyroid and the parathyroid in a spiritual setting is what connects you to the spirit information. So you need to get your thyroid checked. And I would look at a naturopathic doctor instead of a traditional medical doctor, because sometimes the range of thyroid information, they'll say, oh yeah, you're good. But a naturopathic doctor will look just outside that range and say, oh, that's where you are. And then you can get back on track. And taking selenium, check with your doctor. Taking selenium helps to support the thyroid. Getting sleep, being in bed by 10 o'clock at night helps to, and I'm talking about your biology first, because once we get the chemistry set right, then it starts to get quiet. And you have power. Amanda, you have power. You can say, slow it down. Stop. Just stop. I don't want to listen. And so you can tune it out to a degree, but you have to get your biology set first. And once you do that, you can also put yourself in a white light bubble. So I want you to imagine your crown chakra opening. And as your crown chakra opens, the universe comes in, white light only. And you set the parameters. I only allow what is beneficial to enter my life right now. I only allow what is beneficial to enter my life right now. This is the mantra and the chant that I created when I had all these people and energies coming to me. And I would see them standing by my daughter's crib and, just moving through the room. And I'd be like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm so done. I need to just kind of tone it down. And then I worked with a woman who not only did acupuncture and acupressure, but she worked with biofeedback technology and also with NET, neuro-emotional technique, and NAET, Numidropod's allergy elimination technique. So this doctor brought me up to speed energetically so that it toned it down. I mean, I could feel my body transmutating. I could hear things, people, I could smell people across the street. My husband called me a wolf. So it was pretty intense. So I want to see you do these things to take control. I have the power is what you say. I only allow what is beneficial to enter my life right now. And then once you do that, you check with your body. What does your body need? Your adrenals and your thyroid primarily. Taking selenium helps your adrenal. Taking selenium helps your thyroid. And there are a lot of herbs. You can take ashwagandha that you can check out. Check with your doctor that you're okay with it. And, it calms the nerves. Theanine is also an amino acid that helps as well. But check with your doctor for that. And I hope that helps. Start there. And then come join me back again in the future. I'll be back, folks, on Wednesday. And 10 o'clock, I'll be back Wednesday, 10 o'clock Pacific time. And then on Friday, I'll be back at 4 p.m. And we'll be talking about karma this week and bring a few questions. I'm happy to help. And I just want to make one more notation that, just a reminder that to help you get your mojo back, I'm doing Karmic Clarity private 30-minute readings. You can click on the book now button. On my page, I also put a link, and I'm so thrilled and excited that so many people showed up today. If I didn't get to your question, come back on Wednesday or on Friday. Throughout the month of August, I will be here Monday and Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, and on Wednesday, 10 a.m. for 30 minutes only, however. 10 a.m. Pacific on Wednesdays throughout the month of August. All right, folks, I'll be back. Stay light. Be happy. Do what you can for you. Meditate. Sparkle. Thank you so much for being here and for being. And as always, I wish you peace. Be well.